I want clean air and clean water. And we're right now having the cleanest air and cleanest water on the planet. But that's what I want. I want absolutely clean air and clean water.
Mr. President, just briefly back on China. We saw the comments from you about wanting calm.
Calm.
Calm, exactly. Just wondering if you could clarify what you meant about the call. Was that with light hydrant?
I don't want to talk about calls. We've had calls. We've had calls at the highest levels. But I don't want to talk about that. But the vice chairman put out a statement last night that was a statement and saying that he wants to make a deal and he wants calm. And I think it's a very good word to use, calm. It's not a word that I use that often, but it's a good word to use. And I think it's one of the reasons that's a great country. I mean, they understand. I think that that message also helps with respect to Hong Kong. I really do. I think it makes it easier for Hong Kong to do something. And I think that President Xi will do something with Hong Kong. I really think that message is a good message with respect to what the ultimate outcome is in Hong Kong. Very, very positive message. And we appreciated it. We appreciated it. What else? Anything else?
Mr. President, what are your latest thoughts on your threat on pulling out of the WTO? And if you do, can I also ask Mr. President Modi what your response to that in terms of how it affect India's trade strategy?
Well, we haven't been happy with the WTO, but now we're winning cases. We won the big Airbus cases, you know. It's a tremendous case. I mean, it's billions of dollars. That was a very recent victory, and we're winning cases now. And we're being treated more fairly now in the WTO, which we appreciate.
मुझे लगता है कि हम दोनों को बात करने दीजिए, हम दोनों बात करते रहेंगे, जब जरूरत पड़ेगी आप लोगों को जरूर जानकारी पहुंचाएंगे.
He actually speaks very good English, we just don't want to talk about it.
I feel that you should let us discuss these things, and when we feel need, we will communicate to you.
Mr. President, Russia has just recently said they have no intention of asking to be readmitted to the G7. However,
No, I wouldn't expect they'd ask, because why would, he's a proud man, he's done a real job, and why would he ask? No, it's something we discussed, and it's under discussion now, no votes or anything, but I would be inclined to say yes, and so would others, and some probably wouldn't be, but it's just a discussion. No, I would think that he wouldn't do that because he's a proud man. He wouldn't ask, but if something would happen, he would be asked, and I'm sure he would say yes to that.
do you have any indication from them that they would accept?
No, I think it was a very good discussion. It was the initial discussion, but it was a very good discussion. But I think it would be appropriate. I think it would be good for Russia. I think it would be good for everybody. I think it would be a positive. But it's just a discussion that we had. It was a very interesting discussion and very, I think, pretty even. I think ultimately people like the idea.
Mr. President, what would be your message to the American people in terms of what is your biggest achievement at this G7?
Well, we've had a lot of achievements. We have an achievement with Prime Minister Modi because we're doing great trade. We're doing a lot of trade with India. That's an achievement. I think obviously the Japan deal is a tremendous achievement because it's one of the biggest trade deals and it affects directly our farmers. Even the fact that he's taking all of the excess corn that China didn't take, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of corn, and he's buying that. Japan is buying all of that corn at a fair price, and that was great. So that was very important. I also think that unity is very important. We had a very good, despite you read the newspaper stories, the stories bear no resemblance to what's taking place. You saw me with Chancellor Merkel. You saw me with all of them. The relationship is great. We have 7 nations. In addition to that, we have other nations like India and others that came in. Australia came in, Scott. We have a lot of people came in. And I'll tell you, it's been total unity.
What would be the area of most unity,
There's been
sir?
no dissension. There's been no fights or arguments. There's been no anything. I mean, there's been great unity here. And honestly, the papers haven't reported how good it's been.
So what would be your most common ground? Is it climate change? Is it gender equality?
I think we have a lot of things, but I think really the unity, the the fact that we're all getting along so well, I think, is one of the big takes from this. We really have good relationships, and we're doing a lot about a lot.
Just so we get our reporting right, I'm going to give it one more crack on China. When you were referring earlier to the Buddhist statement, which we all saw, did you mean to say that there was also a call last night, or was there not actually a call last night?
There were discussions that went back and forth, and let's just leave it at that.
Last night, and before last night.
Yes.
With China?
Last with China, and before last night. Numerous. Look, they want to get something done. I've been saying that for a long reason. And why wouldn't they? They want to get something done. They've lost millions of jobs. Their supply chains are being hurt. And once those supply chains go, you can develop new supply chains, you can't get them back into China. So China is run by really a great leader. I think he's a great leader. He wants to do something. They lost over 3 million jobs in a very short period of time. A lot of companies have left China and they're leaving China. They want to get it done. I knew that. I could have told you that without talking, but we are talking.
And would you still like to see U.S. companies leave China?
Depends on whether or not we make a deal. If we don't make a deal, I'd like to see them leave China. Absolutely. If we make a deal, I'd like to see them stay there and do a great job.